Hello, it's a pleasure to meet you all, and I'm Giang. Today, I will tell you a Vietnamese fairy tale called Saint Giong. Are you ready to listen? Let's get started. In the time of King Hung, there was an elderly woman living alone. One morning, while visiting her fields, she saw a large footprint trampling her rows of eggplants. Astonished, she exclaimed, "Oh, whose footprint is this big?" Feeling a chill, she placed her foot in the mysterious footprint, and from that moment, she became pregnant. In due time, she gave birth to a chubby boy named Giong. However, by the age of 3, he still lay on his back demanding food, unable to sit, crawl, talk, or smile. During that time, the Yin invaders entered our country, led by a fierce and monstrous-looking general named An Vuong. They burned houses and killed people wherever they went. King Hung's army tried repeatedly to defeat them but failed. Worried, the king sent messengers throughout the country to seek out talented generals to help save the nation. One day, a messenger arrived in Giong's village. Hearing the announcement seeking talented people, Giong's mother, while lulling her son, joked, "My dear son, when will you grow up to help the king fight the invaders?" Unexpectedly, Giong opened his mouth and said, "Mother, call the messenger in for me." Then he fell silent. Both surprised and joyful, his mother rushed to tell the neighbors. Everyone was amazed. One person suggested, "Let's invite the messenger and see what the boy wants." When the king's messenger entered the house and saw the 3-year-old boy, he asked, "You are just a child who has just started speaking. Why did you call me here?" Giong replied confidently, "Tell the king to forge me an iron horse, an iron sword, an iron armor, and an iron helmet, and I will drive out the invaders." Everyone was astonished. Believing a divine being had appeared, the messenger hurriedly rode back to inform the king. Upon hearing this, King Hung was delighted and immediately ordered the blacksmiths to gather all the iron to forge the horse, sword, armor, and helmet as requested by the boy. The items were so heavy that dozens of people couldn't lift the sword. The king had to dispatch thousands of soldiers to deliver them to Giong. When the news arrived that the soldiers were bringing the iron horse to the village, Giong's mother, terrified, ran to her son and said, "My son, the king's matters are not a joke. The soldiers are approaching. What should we do?" Giong immediately sat up and said, "Mother, don't worry about the invaders, but you must feed me a lot." His mother quickly cooked rice, but each pot she cooked was devoured by Giong. With each pot of rice he ate, he grew bigger and demanded more food. The more she fed him, the faster he grew, soon becoming a robust young man. Running out of rice, his mother called on the villagers. Everyone eagerly brought rice, sweet potatoes, buffaloes, wine, fruits, and cakes to fill the yard. But no matter how much they brought, Giong ate it all without stopping. Then Giong said, "Mother, get me some clothes." The villagers hurriedly brought silk to sew clothes for him. But his body grew so fast that the clothes quickly became too tight and short, requiring more silk to patch them. Soon, Giong's head touched the roof. Just as everyone was marveling, the soldiers arrived, struggling to carry the iron horse, sword, armor, and helmet. Giong stepped out of the house, stretched, and grew into a towering figure, his legs over a meter long, and shouted like thunder, "I am a heavenly general." He then donned the iron armor, helmet, and wielded the sword, waving it around. After bidding farewell to his mother and the villagers, he leaped onto the iron horse. The horse reared up, spewing a stream of red-hot flames. Giong urged the horse forward, galloping like the wind, shaking the earth with each stride. In a flash, they reached the enemy camps, which spread across several forests. Giong's sword flashed like lightning, cutting down invaders as they rushed out. The horse's fiery breath burned entire camps and forests. Amid the smoke and screams, the invaders fell one by one. Despite An Vuong's desperate shouts for his troops to fight back, Giong grew stronger, leaving enemy corpses scattered across the forest. When his sword broke, undeterred, Giong grabbed bamboo clusters by the roadside and struck the remaining soldiers. Soon the invaders were fleeing in all directions, and An Vuong was killed. The remaining enemy soldiers surrendered. King Hung's soldiers and villagers swiftly captured them. In less than a day, Giong had saved the country. By then, Giong had reached the foot of Sok Mountain. There, he removed his armor and helmet, and both he and the horse ascended to the sky. After the victory, to honor the hero, King Hung ordered a temple to be built in Giong's village, conferring upon him the title of Fudong Thien Vuong, Heavenly King of Fudong. Today, traces of the round ponds stretching from Kimeng, Dafuk to Soksun are said to be the hoofprints of Saint Giong's horse. The forest burned by the Iron Horse's fire is now called Lang Che, Burned Village. The bamboo trees that Giong used to strike the invaders, their green stems turned yellow with scorched spots, are still known as ivory bamboo or danga.